Hi, welcome to our live again, and I'm so sorry for those that kind of like try to catch us at 6 p.m. We somehow managed to finish our shoot earlier, so we decide, hey, let's just do the live earlier. Okay, so in any case, not to worry if like you are unable to catch our live like right now, because we will upload this video in our IGTV and also on our YouTube channel. So you will be able to watch it anytime you want. So, but just in case like you're free, then thank you so much for joining us as we take you for our tour for this new house that we have recently done up over at 4th Avenue Residence. So this will be a project that is a bit kind of like different from the modern Luxe that I used to do, whereby the color palette is darker and more cozier. I realized recently, right, it's almost like a season of change, whereby the colors that we go for tends to get like brighter and brighter. Like more owners are, have that kind of preference. Yeah, so it's something interesting because to use a light color palette is not easy to pull off the modern Luxe effect because it may seem as it's like too plain and too boring. So later as I take you on a tour, you'll see that it will be, I'll share with you like where are all the detailings. So right now we are over at our foyer area, which is the entrance. So as always for my foyer area, I like to create an impact. Okay, I like to create an impact for a space, like the first impression that your guests will have when they join the tour. So this is what they will see. Upon entering, you'll see like a display niche on the extreme right hand side. Now as we can see, right, because there is foyer, usually the space is kind of tight. So I would think that this space is somewhat sufficient to have a small niche whereby we can have a very nice display over here. Okay, so right beside here this space basically will be our shoe storage or whatever storage that you want to use over here. As you can see, it's really deep because the existing wall in fact is until like somewhere around here. So we kind of like make use of this space to angular it. Yeah. So to fully utilize the space whereby you can have deep storage here, and because this wall here is quite shallow, so we use the shallow part as a display. Yeah, so this whole setup is something that I think is really nice. As I said, if we are going for a lighter palette, we are using lighter laminates, right? You need to really play with your details, like your lighting details, your door, like over here we are going for all these beading lines. Yeah, beading line design concept, because for us we try to move away from Baton Street, fluted panel, all that kind of stuff, which is I feel is really overused. Okay, so yeah, you can come on in, you guys can come on in to see how this design. There's a continuation that with our kitchen, our dry kitchen island, because kitchen island is something that a lot of homeowners that you guys would love to have for your space, but often because of space constraint there are some limitations. But then again, if really it is a wish list and a must have, we'll do our best to advise and help you to design around it. So over here we have a nice I would say it's pretty long enough kitchen island table. And for the front profile, as you can see over here, I think it would be really nice, right, to have a clear mirror. But one thing about clear mirror at a kitchen island, right, is that when you're sitting here, then it might not be very appropriate because you might reflect, especially for the ladies. So for privacy issue, no clear mirror here, even though I think it will look perfect. So there are other options. For example, you can have like those light up marbles, but then again that will seems to be kind of like an overkill. So over here we decide to use just colored glass. In fact, there's application you will see later on in the other areas of our home. Yeah, whereby colored glass is something interesting. People used to apply for their kitchen backsplash. But for me, I've seen like a lot of hospitality, like hotels, like how they use the colored glass or pattern glass to design around it, and it's really interesting. Because one thing about colored glass is once you set up the mood and the template, you can customize the color on the glass itself. So over here, I decided to use like a more greystone, because gray would be our solid color element for the space itself. Okay, now for then again, for the island, right, there is a lot of different configuration. It depends on your usage. Like some people, they prefer to be half seating, half storage. Some prefer to be full sittings. So it's fully customizable depending on your preference. So for this owner, they prefer like just 3 sittings. For breakfast table is fine. Then behind they want more storage. Okay, so we can come in here. Okay, so you see at the feature wall over here at the island side, same thing, I have a beading. Yeah, the design language is continued over here as well. Yeah, and one of the problems that I face here, right, is because I want to have an island here, that if you realize, I have this like beam, and existing drop down ceiling, and I also have an aircon. So it takes us a while to decide how am I going to position my island. For example, do I position here or do I position along here so I can have my dining light here? So this is really very tricky, especially you have to decide what kind of lights that you are going for. So over here we decide to go for this beautiful pendant light that the owner suggested. Initially I suggested like 2 different variations, but they shared with me this, which I see actually okay. The risk is whether will it be too near the aircon. Yeah, which so far okay lah, I think it is possible, and it looked really great for the space itself. So yeah, so this will be my main carpentry work that kind of connect with the existing as you can see, the cabinet above the fridge, that is by the developer. Before that, the color is not like this. So I'm really thankful for William from Clover Space for helping us to change the color so it's matching. Okay? Yeah, so this will be for our dry kitchen. Now behind me, what you are seeing here, this whole segment. Now, for me, when I design a space, right, I always suggest, like, have you guys wonder, like, for your home, where if you're not engaging any feng shui master, have you wonder, so where should I put my sofa? Should I put it on this side or should I put it on the other side? Now, one general rules of thumb when it comes to designing is that your TV feature wall should be on the side that have the most story to tell. That's mean it must like all your investment is along one wall, so it makes more sense. Okay, now of course that must also there must be a reason for it lah, that why you want to design like one whole wall of carpentry. Is it why you too rich already and then you anyhow go and throw money to do carpentry? No, there must be a rationale. Okay, so for this space here, the rationale start all the way from the front, from this part. Like you see, this whole thing is a tall unit carpentry. Then over here will be my TV feature wall, right? Now, why I will want to start from here? Okay, first and foremost, my termination will be at the existing drop ceiling. So this is rule number 1. Now, rules number 2 is ta-da! As you can see inside here, right? This is the DB box location. Meaning to say, previously before we done up this carpentry, it used to be like a cabinet by the developer, which is not very good looking. That's why we kind of like redo it to give it a nice touch, so that the carpentry, the design language is like is consistent throughout the whole house. Okay, so this used to be an existing cabinet. Then beside the cabinet given by the developer, there is a solid wall that can't be hacked, which is why you see my entire design for my carpentry here, right? There is a brass element on the inner section that separate like this two set of door. There's brass metal plate over here. Now, this is the part, this is the profile of the wall that can't be hacked. So we kind of like design around it. Yeah. So design around it to frame out the existing DB and give more storage over here. Okay, so especially for apartment these days, that if for some reason your unit doesn't come with a storeroom, you really would need a lot of storage solution, which is why we need to have a whole row of carpentry storage, and which is why my TV feature wall is over here, because my whole design language is concentrated along this wall. Now the last part and the last segment will be for my TV feature wall itself. Now, TV feature wall, we are also slowly moving away from like suspended TV console and a feature wall and a full height feature wall kind of stuff. So as you can see from most of my design and our design at 1983, right, we are really gradually trying to understand owners' usage these days. Like, what do you guys use as a TV itself? In the past, we used to connect to a lot of devices, but these days it's just smart TV and a soundbar. Yeah, so unless you have a lot, if not, we will try to keep things as simple as possible. Yeah, and in fact, you see over here, right, we have like full height feature wall is also kind of like a bit boring. So we kind of leave a bit of gap of about 1 feet on top to use a different texture wallpaper inside. So when we light up our cove lighting on the feature wall itself, it is very nice. And as you see as a corner there, right, we also create a small little arc at the feature wall. Yeah, so this add a very interesting touch to it. So apart from the fact that you want to have a feature wall, right, we can also consider using alternative material for your feature wall. Something that if you go to visit a lot of condo show flat, you'll realize that they use a lot of wallpapers instead of laminate. Why? Because laminate, there is a limitation to the size. So you'll see a joint line. But for wallpaper, the workmanship is really good. It's almost, you can't see where's the joint line. That's the beauty of wallpaper. That's why over here, in fact, that is at least 3 to 4 joint lines. But the workmanship is so good that you can't tell. Yeah. Also, it depends on the wallpaper that you choose also. Some wallpaper is panel design, that one you can tell, but that is intentional. Okay? Then, okay, last but not least, for this area, is my TV console. So for my TV console, since like the owner don't have a lot of bulky devices, like sometimes your mother, your auntie like to sing karaoke, then got the amplifier, right? Then you will need very bulky console. But for them, they don't really, they use a smart TV, so we can keep the TV console as low profile as possible, and we can like customize like leading details like this for the door, so the design language flows, and we can like we can help them to buy like really nice handles like this. So aesthetically, right, it looked like a drawers. It looked like 4 drawers over here. Okay, but if I were to use it, the two section in front, in fact, is a flip down. Oops, it's a flip down. It's a flip down doors. Why? That's because for me to do my cable management or whatever I need to do over here. So on the left and right are drawers. Okay. Okay. So these are some of the things that when we're designing our TV console. Okay. Okay, I really like this. For our furnishing, we also try to go for, as you can see right now, we are going for solid color, which is gray. Then our metal elements will be brass, hairline brass. As you can see from the side profile here, we have a hairline brass metal plate as well to finish up the wallpaper. So the wallpaper can have a very nice termination at the side. So these are the things that I think details is very important and it's worth investing. Then I also like this sofa from King's Living. It's like one of the top favorite. It's like a lot of owners like to go for it. So as you can see, we have used the existing dining space for the islands. So our dining will be outside at the balcony space. So whereby you can have zip track. So yeah. Zip track is also something that is quite common these days. Okay, now let me take you to the bedroom. Okay. Okay, before we go to the master, let's go to the study first. Okay, this is for the workspace. Okay, so over here we have like a suspended like a table, work table, and also a bottom cabinet for some of the storage, and on top of that, like on the top section, we have a storage as well. So to as you can see, for a lot of our details, right, we like to have all this like in-out profile. As mentioned in our previous slide, there's one application that you can do to so that the whole thing doesn't look too bulky. You can create some inner sections. So for our inner section here, we go for brass details. Okay, we'll come back to this room later on with a surprise, but roughly over here is this section first lah. You can see this will be the study room. Okay, and let me take you to the master. Okay, now let me see, where should you stand? Okay, for our master room, right, like I'm really inspired by a lot of those works that involve like metal works for their like a framing. So over at this project, for the first time, we try and attempt to create something bespoke, the next level of TV console, of bed head. Okay, bed head design. So over here, right, this is a half height bed head. There is a few details that is going on here. First is the round corners. So all the entire borders, right, is created by brass metal. Okay, so this panel, this bedside panel, this is using laminate. Of course, if you want to use wallpaper, it's fine as well. It's possible as well. Then on the top section, on this bed head, this will be the tempered glass that I shared earlier in our living room. And behind, below the tempered glass, will be a fabric panel. And the entire section of different materials is segregated by metals inlay to create that really bespoke outlook. Yeah. Because this owner, in fact, they have existing like a divan. They have a bed frame that can be attached with the existing bed head itself. So we kind of like reuse that divan, and all we need to do is just need to design the headboard. Then again, headboard have one plus point lah, which is you are able to have your switches over here lah, like all these like switches. Okay, then of course if you are going for king size bed, especially for condos room these days, right, then you need to be careful with your usage of the bedside table. Now if you happen to go to Showfat, you just take note, Okay, it may look very big, but you take note they are big side table. Seldom you'll see really bulky one. Usually they will go for this small one. So a lot of homeowners, they make the mistake and say, 因为 small I 放不下 I cannot put the one with a drawer with a storage, because that is really not enough space. So it would be more advisable to go for a small setup like this. Okay, so yeah, I'm really very thankful towards the owner of this house for giving us a chance to do up their home and also to design this headboard, because this headboard is something that is my first attempt, and I'm really very excited about it, and see it happen. It's like, wow, so pretty. Then yeah, so thanks so much, Jessica and Rex. Okay, then now for this owner, right, they also like last minute they come up with a request to ask me to design something to connect the two rooms, the study room and the master room. Not only that, they also want to have a small dresser table. Now let me show you guys over here. So this is what I designed. Okay, now because it's right in front of the bed, so I don't want my owners, right, to be staring at doors. Yeah, it will be very unsightly. So I want them to be looking at very nice feature wall. So I decide to create a feature wall with a concealed pocket door. Now before we go in there and show you how this works, let me show you the small dresser table over here at this corner. Okay, the owner mentioned that she wouldn't be putting too much things here, and this size is more than good enough. So yeah, this is what we have done for them. In fact, again, if you go to Foyer, you realize they have a lot of such things, very small miniature customized things. Okay, so it will be not possible to buy loose one. So for this kind of requirement, definitely have to customize. So as we're using here as a dresser, right, that's why you see this section here, I have a full height clear glass. Okay, and for my feature wall design, I also play with something different. As you can see here, it's two different material overlapping. So it's laminate, tempered glass, and laminate. So I draw this like section here for some segregation, because remember I shared with you before that laminate there is a height restriction. So you'll see joint line. So I decide to cut up this the joint line to use a different material. Yeah. So this is how you design around it. Then now the next joint line that you see will be above the section. Now this joint line is at the highest point of what we can do for a door for this place, and also it is aligned with the existing drop ceiling. I'm not high enough, I'm not 2.4 so I can show you. Yeah, so I draw this line to mix up what we can do for the space, the door. Okay, now voila, voila, ta-da! And here is a bedroom. Wait, let me close again then. Okay, let me just close again. So okay, let me close this up. So before, okay, concealed door, feature wall, nobody know that this will be a door. Okay, unless you show it to them. Okay, ta-da! Okay, now my very kind friend is giving me the roll eyes. He's like, why are you so proud of this? But because I'm really very proud. I think this is really very nice. And a lot of people that come over to this place, they are so surprised. They don't know that these two rooms actually lead to one another. Because you come in here, okay, come in here, so you see, like over here, like at the other side, right? The owners love to have a full height mirror to see the outfit of the day. That's why over here at the back of the door, it will be a full height mirror. So people thought that, hey, this is just a mirror, that's not a door. You see? So for me, I get really excited when I design something with an element of surprise. I love that. Okay. Ta-da. Yeah, let's go. Okay. Close this up. Okay. Yep. I guess we have come to the end of our tour. I hope you guys like this tour so far and enjoy what you guys are seeing. Yeah, so once again, thank you everyone for joining us on this tour. And if you have joined us like midway or anything, not to worry lah. Like I say, we will upload this in our IGTV and also on our YouTube channel, so you can decide now which platform that you wish to review again. So yeah, I'm very happy and thankful to Clover Space. Yeah, thank you so much, William, Gary, and all the workers involved for helping us to achieve this play, and also for Bo for the styling work. Thank you so much. And also last but not least, and the most important one would be the owners. Thank you so much for giving us a chance to do out your home and also do a photo shoot, do a live while you guys went on a staycation. Okay, I hope you're enjoying your staycation right now. Okay, so yes, thank you so much guys. Yeah, see you guys in our next live. Okay, bye.